Welcome, everyone. I'm Tracy Fitzpatrick, and I'll be your moderator today. Thank you so much for joining us here at Netcom Learning, a market leader in promoting lifelong learning, training, and talent development solutions. We are very excited to host today's event, Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance Masterclass. Presenting today's topic is Ronald Clanton. Ronald is a Microsoft Certified Azure AI Fundamentals professional and founder of US Computer Support, specializing in Azure and cloud solutions. He helps beginners and professionals build strong foundations in cloud, AI, and security, bringing real-world experience from the US Army and aerospace industry. Bear in mind that this is an overview of a very robust topic. We offer a collection of technical and business courses that can be tailored to your specific requirements. If you are interested in a further discussion, you can make an appointment with our learning consultants through our website at netcomlearning.com. Today's session is also being recorded, so you'll get free access to the recording in the next 24 hours via email. Netcom Learning helps customers build innovative learning organizations by achieving a smarter workforce, adapting to change, and driving growth. We do this with a broad catalog of offerings, developing customized learning plans, and our global delivery capabilities. Since 1998, we have been empowering organizations with our managed learning services to help them reach optimal performance results and address challenges. We do have 9 practice areas in which we specialize. They encompass people, process, and technology training. And today's presentation is from the Business Process Practice area. Netcom Learning offers a comprehensive training portfolio of courses for the topic being covered today. Our upcoming classes include various trainings on the given courses. You can also access a variety of marketing assets, such as the free training and blogs, by clicking on the available event handout. These offerings can be found with a simple search on our website at netcomlearning.com. Today's session will explore how organizations can streamline and modernize financial operations using Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance. You'll learn how to manage core financial processes such as general ledger, accounts payable and receivable, budgeting, and cash flow through an intelligent and unified platform. This masterclass will also demonstrate how automation, AI-driven insights, and advanced reporting capabilities can improve financial visibility, ensure compliance, and support faster data-driven business decisions. In addition, participants will get guidance on effectively preparing for the AB 6002 certification course and exam in today's session. I would like to give you a quick overview of the logistics before we get started. To begin with, you do have the option to view in full screen by clicking on the full screen button on the right side of the GoToWebinar viewer. Simply hit the escape key to exit the full screen. Everyone has been muted except for our presenters. Feel free to submit any questions you have for the presenters here in the questions pane, and we will address them at the end of the session. And to get the best out of today's events, we've included the slides, courses we talk about, and marketing assets in the handout section of your GoToWebinar viewer. You may refer to them at any time to get a better understanding of today's topic. And we do realize that some of you may have to leave early and want to let you know that as you do leave the session today, you will be presented with a short survey. We would like to request for you to take a quick moment to participate in that survey. Your feedback really helps us understand your learning experience and improve our future sessions for you. The survey answers are measured on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 representing outstanding and 1 representing poor. And now I'd like to pass this over to our trainer to present today's topic. Hey, Ronald, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much. All right, welcome to Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance Masterclass. My name is Ronald Clanton with Netcom Learning. Let's take a look at the QR code in front. And on this QR code, you can scan it and follow the steps to redeem your courseware and digital achievement certificate from Microsoft. Take a second to scan over it. All right. Without further ado, let's get started. Microsoft Dynamics 365 Masterclass. Obviously, your business should be utilizing Microsoft 365 to run your businesses just as most of the world utilizes it. This will help you in to integrate all of the business products that you have into one aggregated source. Again, my name is Ronald Clanton. I'm a trainer, provide master classes, teach several certifications, but I also run an IT business that utilizes this. So whenever I'm speaking or teaching any of these classes, know that I also use the products and present them and can let you know the different tweaks, the nuances, and all of the aspects of it. Our agenda today is understand Dynamics 365 finance basics. We'll explore core financial modules, learn budgeting and cash flow management, discover automation and AI insights, best practices for reporting and compliance, and at the end we'll have a Q&A. All right, let's get started. Understanding Dynamics 365 finance basics. So all of the aspects, all of the finances from the information that you have to keep, the compliance, the day-to-day operations in your workflow can all be done utilizing Microsoft in all of the products that they have. What I'll do is I'll bring up my own Azure that I've built so that you can visually be able to see the products and just to be able to see Azure. Sometimes when I'm training or someone's receiving training, they can tell you everything in the world, but seeing it makes it a lot different. And you'll be able to see it's a very clear background, um, really effective way to navigate through Azure and find what you need to build all of the different things that you have. Obviously, the security that comes with utilizing and working with Microsoft Azure. So, what is Microsoft Dynamics 365? It's a unified cloud-based ERP and CRM platform. Combines sales, finance, operations, customer service, and artificial intelligence, AI. So it's combining all of that together so that everything will be able to function and work. And with sales, with the finances that are coming in, accounts receivable, all of the things that have to be paid and what you're receiving from the sales have to be calculated. And it has to be in a precise way where that you can adjust, you know where to pull from as far as supply and to keep a certain demand going. Integrates with Microsoft 365. So just the basic tools that you're using, you to take care of everything that you're doing, and everyone in your organization is working. And someone over in another state, another country, they do something, it still works in real time with everything that you do, and you can also see real numbers. So it integrates Microsoft 365, Azure, Power Platforms, and Teams. And having those Teams meetings to have something agile to be able to add something directly to it is going to be well, when you change over to it, it's a game changer. It supports scalable digital transformation initiatives. So as your company is building, as you're adding different things into it, to your business, this adds onto it without you having to stop operations. Those pesky meetings about the meetings, multiple meetings about multiple meetings, and having this or new departments that have been spun up. You can go and just add those in real time and keep everything running in a great and holistic manner. So we take a look here, right? We have our sales, marketing, obviously our customer service, customer voice, field service, customer insights, the connected store, guides, product visualize, remote assist, project operations, supply chain. You can connect your supply chain really good and efficient. And one of the great things is this is Microsoft. So it's not some fly-by-night company or some company that doesn't have integrations with multiple platforms, multiple companies, and multiple softwares and APIs. Commerce, human resources, business central, finance, and fraud protection. Now, the Dynamics 365 product ecosystem, Dynamic 365 sales, customer service, finance and supply chain management. Having a hold of that. Have some of you that are listening or watching this webinar, have you seen some of the terrible stories about what has happened because of the supply chain, the connections, whether it's being able to meet fulfillment or the security debacles that have happened because of not having something integrated and secured across the company was secured, but what about the supply chain? Well, with this service, you're able to look and see the supply chain itself also and how that is integrated with your system and with your company. Field service, marketing, and customer insight. Let's take a look. So the business challenges solved by the Dynamics 365, and we take a look here how Dynamics 365 solves each challenge. The manual quoting, configure quote engine. You have a quote engine that you'll be able to use. The silo data is one of the poisonous things inside of a business organization. Those information that you don't know, you're running short on this, or some product, or a new customer is inquiring. There's all types of things that I could bring to daylight, but your organization and some of the things that has happened, or you've heard about these happening in other organizations. You got a unified customer view. Unified customer view. What if one of those customers is, in one instance, one of the customers was a a professional athlete that was inquiring and wanted to recommend for that professional group, which was a large sum of money. Now, being able to see that, you're able to look at, okay, in this genre, this contract or receiving this could be a large order and being able to be prepared for it. Misleads, which kind of ties into that also. The sales accelerator. You have all these leads that are coming in, and information is fast, quick, and you have a rapid supply that you get an information. The other month, I had someone inquire about a Dell, was it Dell or wanted some hardware components, right? And in that it was who it was. It wasn't a single person who was inquiring. It was a company. Well, to make sure they can meet that, actually a company is not going to just order one computer. And by being able to look at who the customer was, the data, what they do, and prepare for providing the hardware for them that's coming up here, this new order, by being able to see the whole picture and distinguish between the customers. What you can see and being able to take a look at everything changes businesses so much. It can also give you the ideas of how you can pivot towards different avenues. AI and Copilot and Dynamics 365. AI being able to have this in finance, if you have just used just the small, minuscule part of utilizing AI in finance, you know the relief that you have. So imagine what you have when you utilize a product and the whole spectrum of it. You have all of this at your fingertips. AI-driven sales insights and the forecasting. Forecasting is so important in order to be able to stay together and just to have that. My mind thinks about those meetings of having different representatives from each department to come in so you can have a meeting so that you can guess what the forecast is and try to make something out of that. After that, then you have another meeting, which has taken, by the way, manpower, time away from all the different departments because you had to pull these people away in order to meet, and then a second meeting or third meeting, depending on how that went. That is not how you run business anymore. Now you have these tools, artificial intelligence, to put all that together. Actually, you can stay at your desk and while everyone's working, that can be, we work with multiple screens now, right? You can have that and that meeting going on and have it quick. All the insights, all the data is right there available to everyone. And then you have the artificial intelligence to give you the recommendations, to show you some of the things that you're doing and where you're scaling and where you need to add to with this. It's already there for you. Automated customer engagement, keeping the customer waiting. We live in the time of short attention spans. And you can lose a customer by how slow your response time is. That's just the way it is. That's how this lifestyle is. We have information overload. We have all of these different things, social media. And then the competitive part about it. If you're taking too much time and you don't have this, your competitors using this, so you better utilize this. Predictive maintenance and intelligent recommendations. Intelligent recommendations. You are getting all that information. Again, how much time has been wasted by the antiquated way of having multiple meetings? I remember a company decades ago that would be, oh my gosh, the day, one day was like 4 hours of meetings. And then you had another meeting later on that week to basically make decisions and suggestions from that. This is an automated practice now. There is no reason why in the 21st century someone's not utilizing this. There's others that'll say, well, we do it this way or things work this way, and you'll just start declining by not having this availability. We're humans and there's a certain amount of fatigue that we're going to have. We have a tool that's working 24/7, 7 days a week, that's putting everything together, aggregating all of the data, information, the financial aspects that are tied into it, and not to mention compliance. What happens if you fall out of compliance and you work so hard for this? Now instead of making money, now you're paying fines. You know that I'm right. Natural language querying with Copilot. The Copilot is tied into it. And one great thing that I always want to emphasize is that this is native to Microsoft. So you're not expanding and going and trying to, cross your fingers and hope that all of this works in together. It's all part of the same ecosystem. So it's all a native process and native products that are working together. Automated reporting and the workflow automation. I know with me how it's been able to just work and do all my businesses and all of the different things as delivering this masterclass now to have the time and the ability to set some other things up in a couple of other countries and other places because it's able to be automated now and has made life so much easier. And the work-life balance, I cannot tell you without telling you everything. I just absolutely love it. Copilot Dynamics 365, the Power Platform, data from Dataverse, Azure Microsoft Graph, and other Microsoft Surface sources. So we take a look at the grounding, pre and post processing that you have available, modified prompt, the LLM response, and large language model. Now, explore core financial modules. So, end to end financial operations, major functional areas, general ledger, accounts payable, tracking all of those things together, and the ability to stop fraud. What about the disgruntled employees to be able to protect the company from financial theft? Accounts receivable, accounts receivable, tracking what's coming in and what's going out. Fixed assets, having the fixed assets, and the main thing, what you're doing it for, if anything else, budgeting, being able to budget. Cash and bank management, multiple banks, multiple different financial entities, insights. And nowadays we are utilizing fintech, right? So having that ability to work those together seamlessly with your banking operations and how you pay things on hand. Financial reporting that shows everything. You're not waiting for this report from this place or this report from here or this employee to put together something for you. Everything's already there. So when someone does something in this department, this place, it is recorded, it is set, and you can see it in real time and be able to make the adjustments. Even if you're in the middle of it and something has been done and adjusted, you can immediately access that and be able to integrate it into the report that you're doing and be able to look at and see things. Tax and compliance. Um, Budgeting, as I mentioned, of course, you have to be able to make sure you take care of that. But as things become so much more complex and diverse, being able to match your tax and compliance is, I think, personally, professionally, the number one reason that you need to adapt this into your business and to make this be the standard because of all the different things that are changing. Who here, think about it right now, who here can state any changes that's been made? Even while you're watching this webinar now, some change could have been made. Well, the artificial intelligence and the platform itself takes a look at that, and anything that is a compliance change is already um, integrated, and also you'll be um, made aware of it. And the adjustment can be made without this big overhaul of all that you have to do in order to meet the compliance so that you don't lose that contract. You are able to bid on the contract. So, whatever the case is with that, compliance and taxes, the fines. Think of the fines for a tax complaint against an organization. What can be tied into that? All of these things can be avoided. You can listen to this webinar or look at this webinar and think like, well, all the training, all the stuff that we have to do, and we've been doing this manual way and just utilizing this and some spreadsheets and the antiquated way. What happens if something was to go wrong? And then are you stuck, not able to really grow as you can and stay competitive with those who are utilizing this? Faster close cycles, and then the improved financial accuracy, keeping things right there. It's tied in. So right to the very cent, right to everything is there. Some of the things that would happen in fraud is there would be 2, 3 cents or whatever the case may be is extracted, or something that is missed, overpayments, different things. Some situation that came up last year. Someone was paying. a vendor or paying someone that they had stopped and they were still receiving payments. Now you got to try to stop it, recoup it, maybe even take someone to court to try to get your money back. But you could have had this and avoided all of that. Better operational visibility, being able to see your business, being able to see what's going on. Even as an employee, you can see everything that, well, not everything, whatever, of course, there are going to be restrictions, but to help your business or to help what you do for the company, you can visually be able to see things. If you need to get access, it's already there. And you don't have to stop someone else's operation in order to get information to do a report or whatever you need to do for your section, your department, and have the data right there in a holistic front where you can pull from any place you need to. Learn budgeting and cash flow management. If you're working for finance for your company or even on the accesses of it, this is something that you need to know and make sure that you're a part of it. I also would implore those who are working in the human resources, as um, some colleagues have found out, that having that financial knowledge and having the ability to understand this tool will make everything work much faster. As things become streamlined, departments tying together, or extra responsibilities, one such department is human resources, who can have to take on the extra, I don't want to say burden, but the extra abilities or extra work of understanding the finance and being able to work that into everything, or to be able to help with that. And a lot of departments, the finance and human resources are the same department. And as far as career advancement and knowing that, when does finance move outside of business? Isn't business about making money, how money is being managed, and how to work? As an individual that is even trying to acquire employment, wouldn't that make sense to have this tool and have this ability to put on resumes, to cover letters, or whatever, to show that you can do this and have this and keep a strong employability within yourself and that reassurance? The financial backbone. So let's take a look at the key components. The chart of accounts. The chart of accounts. What accounts do you have? Knowing what exactly is inside of your business. Fiscal calendars, having those. The legal entities. All of this is tied in right there and available to you easily. Dimensions and cost centers. Dimensions and cost centers. Journals and the posting rules, having the regulations, having set. Now, within your business, within the proprietary way that you do things and how your business is run. Now, why it matters, standardized financial tracking, having that set. Just think about the peace of mind that you get from knowing that all the pieces are all together that you need to see. There's no worries about, did you miss this data? There's always that employee who turns in their reports late, or they didn't upload something or put this. Doesn't matter, because all of this is integrated, is working in its real time. And those granular changes inside of finance can be, oh my gosh, they can be disastrous and knock something off. There have been mergers and acquisitions that have been torn apart because of this. And then now it's looked at upon, okay, what's the scrutiny on someone who works in finance when something goes wrong? You know it. You know it. Better reporting consistency. Having that, all that is up to date. You're behind, running behind with this and that. You can easily be able to just jump in there and put everything together and provide that report. And and it'll extract all the data, refine it, customize it for you. Remember, you have the AI and Copilot to ask questions to put this, even the data, if you want to state it a certain way. You send in that email. You want to adjust that graph on how it should look. The easier audit readiness, financial audits. Yes, that scary word, the financial audits that need to be done and the departments that are set. Well, lot of this, you don't even need to stop any of the operations or the people there. You can go right into the system and do an audit there. Someone comes in, they can automatically go add them into the system, give them guest usage or whatever you need so that they can go and do an audit right there. Tie it right into the system, look at there. Any errors and anomalies will be present. Also gives you the ability to, instead of seeing businesses as I see scrambling to try to do things and check everything before an audit is coming about, and the business has been busy, busy, busy. It's time for the audit. Now they got to scramble and try to meet that and meet any expectations tied to it. No, no, that is not how business is to be done in this day and age, utilizing these tools. Accounts payable and receivable. Now, managing vendor and customer transactions, you got the accounts payable, right? And who you're paying, the consistency flows. You're not always paying the same person or vendor all of the time. So you have new businesses and things that are set. So what about accidentally paying someone twice or more than what it states? When you have that digital number there and you have the digital payment that ties into there, if there's anything out of sorts, it's right there in front of you to let you know and to stop those interactions and to keep things consistent. Payment processing can be smoother. All of the different things that you can integrate is Microsoft. So it's all of these different softwares and these fintechs can easily integrate with those with Microsoft and be able to use that to use whatever payment methods that are available. Um, purchase matches, purchase matching, making sure that you can see that you're not running through different pieces of paper or Excel spreadsheets. You can have the Excel spreadsheets that are working integrated with this, by the way, that will tell you and will do the matching for you. And you're not there trying to just do 10,000 formulas in your head and scrambling and then the checking. You have the tool that's right there at your fingertips to do the checking for you. Approval workflows. You have these workflows that we go and do every day. What needs to be done, what's set, and now it's all tied into the same platform that you use to get the information, that you use to do the payments, and everything's there together. There's no guesswork. There's it also provides a sense of accountability for everyone and what everyone needs to do in this particular financial segment of work. The accounts receivable. So you got your customer invoicing that ties right into there digitally, puts that together, have a map, have a time table, calendars, everything tied in to how things need to be paid and adjusted. And the I don't say calmness, but the ease of work that it becomes because the person who's doing this or people who are doing this, it becomes much easier to manage for them. And every business needs to make sure that you have that. We live in the time where people come and go with jobs, and when you can work at a place that has the up to date technical things that are needed, the technical things, and the up to date, the real world. It makes life so much easier and it makes it much better. And it helps you to retain good talent and to lower that burnout rate. Collections and management. Collections can be something trying to make sure that you keep all of this together and what you are to receive, those 30, 60, 90-day pays. And some businesses pay annually or whatever the case may be. And then the things that may be added in between there. All of it's together for you. It's all together for you. So you have your credit and payment tracking. Now take a look at that with the credit that's extended, the credit that your company will be utilizing in order to do its work. You have all of this. Again, all this data is all together. Now, I don't want you to think of it as it's just on your screen, this big screen of everything mixed together. It's organized, it's enumerated for you, and then whatever you do need to look for, you can easily search it. You got questions about a particular thing. Remember, you have the AI that you can continue with a dialogue with or set something up, ask questions, refine it, make these things work better. What if I do this? Hey, what were things back here? And well, what can I do better? You have all this at your fingertips. Value delivered. So you got the faster processing. That in itself, think about the time. If you've been working in business for a while, I know one of the things that was very critical was tax time, quarterly, trying to keep everything all together, looking what needs the bookkeeper needs to get this, the accountant needs to get this, and all of those things. Reduce payment delays because you know what's going in and you know what's going out. You know exactly what to do. You got the improved cash collection. Now we take a look at this, right? I remember this from high school and especially from a lot of the college when you merge the two circles together, but it's still a viable concept to help us understand. We got our accounts payable and our accounts receivable. All right. Now let's look at the middle part first. Recording in the general ledger. In the general ledger, that's together. Relationship CFO monitoring. So we go to our accounts payable, the money that's owed, your outgoing payments, the liability, the liability. Sometimes that's a scary word. Items purchased. Now let's jump over to our accounts receivable. The money expected to receive, your incoming payments, the assets that you have, the product or services that is the backbone of your company, the revenue. Now you have all of this tied together. Again, a recording in the general ledger. Take a second to put that into your notes and make sure that is one of the catalyst of what you use if you need to take it back to stakeholders or even with yourself, why this is important. If you're watching this for your employment or how you'll build yourself up to a company when it's time to explain or put something in the cover letter, put this in there. Recording into a general ledger, one centralized way where you can see everything in there and you know how to do it because you received the netcom training on this Microsoft product to be able to do it. Just speak for itself, just, right to the point there. And that states it all and makes it easy for the company. You can come in, here's what we do, this is here, this is what it is, and here, this is the product that's used. You're already trained on it. Let's make it happen and get to work. Budgeting and financial planning, smarter budget management, budgeting features, budget creation and allocation, forecasting models that you have and putting those together and set department-wise planning. So now, not only as a whole overall group, but the department can also plan because in companies, this department depends on this department, and there can be, well, this department can have a set plan because they know that they will get everything that they need from this section and this product, the supply chain, for instance. Budget control policies, budgets with between the silos and everything can get out of hand. Are the department, hey, we use this manufacturer. Someone likes this manufacturer and goes and purchases from here because they just like them, which is much, much more than this one. And both of them do the same job or the same product. I've seen it all the time. This is where you can keep an eye on that and making sure that the budget is set. Variance analysis. What are these granular changes? This is not a whole bunch of people that are trying to put numbers together, Excel spreadsheets, multiplying this and no, it's already seen. And anything that goes out of the ordinary, the heuristics balance of being able to see the the granular changes or shifts or getting out of change or something can automatically be reported, and you can automatically see that and adjust accordingly or restrict accordingly. Business benefits, improve spending discipline. Yes. I know some of you right now just probably had that chuckle in your mind or just looking, and you can think of some incidents that have happened at your company. Better forecasting accuracy. Being able, if you know how much is going in and out, you know how much is going to be made, what can be done, what can be purchased. Even inside of the company, being able to upgrade your equipment. We think of some of the things, well, I think of some things that I always bring into mind is Windows 10 to Windows 11. There were certain companies that had Windows 10 computers that were not able to upgrade to Windows 11. So there had to be something set in place to make those acquisitions, to make those purchases so that they could procure new computers for the staff. And having this in place had that adjustment, had that set so they, okay, we know that we have to project, we have to replace this equipment, we can start in these few places in these departments. Where's 12 people are in there. Three people started with the Windows 11. They started transitioning everyone, had that, and then was able, and then completely seamlessly were able to overhaul, get everything put together. Remember, the computers come in, they got to be adjusted, they got to have the software put on it, and everything in between. And with having this set, it became seamless and able to work that in. This is just one of the scenarios I like to tell you about. Data-driven planning decisions. You're not guessing, and there's no crystal ball, or you're asking your best friend for. No, you have the data right there to tell you exactly what you should, what you shouldn't do, and you can make intelligent decision making. None of the guesswork. The information and the data is there. What you need, the manpower. Some of the things that with this couple of quarters ago, the holiday season was coming into play, and one company needed to make sure that they adjusted financially to have temporary employees available to work through the season. And by having this in place and let them know and the how many do you have for this season? What is the projected outcome? Do you know overemploy or underemployed? Some places have had where they brought in temporary employees and then they were over like two or three people on that same day where we're sorry. Well, you just had that person come and get set up, get started, go through orientation process and everything, and then you dismiss them there. That also in the the sense of social media and information, not to mention that's a bad business practice. And why? Because in what they weren't using a tool like this. Cash flow management, real-time financial visibility. Again, you can't do anything if you don't know what you have and what if you can't see it. The capabilities, cash positioning, being able to allocate cash from your business into the different locations and One of the things that Kishu's in here is just like we as individuals, we do savings, we have put cash aside, we have certain things that we want to invest. With this, that helps to be able to do all of that too, so you keep growing and building your business. Bank reconciliations that you'll be able to tie in and be able to see that with the bank and the different banking applications and products and have that connected. Liquidity forecasting. How much are you worth liquid? Not credit, not cash, the assets, but liquid. Payment scheduling. You tie all of that together and easily, seamlessly. You're not putting it on a piece of paper and then trying to transition it over. You have all of that together. All of that data is there. And then, all right, this is what needs to be paid. This is how it needs to be done. You're not saying it, thinking it. It's right there on your screen. Financial risk visibility. We take a look at that. Different things, different changes, different companies have changed in certain states. There's some companies that I have to speak with this week. They are relocating from a couple of states, and they are moving operations and all of these different things to be able to be in the know with that. Outcomes, better working capital management, knowing what you have and what you can and cannot do, what's available for you. Not thinking or guessing that these sales were made and then things happen. Certain things may not go. I've seen partnerships that were to go together, and the day before there's a disagreement and it went away, and now that money that the companies were expecting is not going to happen. And they've tied that into there. This gives you real time and realistic financial information. So you have that intelligence. Reduce cash shortages because of situations like that, or that you had to pull from here to try to pay for this because you missed something. Everything, you didn't have all the information. It's hard to make decisions when you don't have the whole big picture. Improve financial planning. Again, you making sure that you can plan financially for the business and the team can plan. Not that fear of you went on vacation or there's a business meeting or sales that comes, and imagine that you are providing for sales and you close the deal and you come back, and because the finances are a bit disarray or certain things were missed, you got to contact that client, that customer, and try to fix it. What will a lot of clients do? They go right to your competitor because you don't have this. Now, we have an exclusive 20% off on Microsoft courses related to this topic. Make sure you use the promo code Dynamics20. Dynamics20. Here's your promo code. This discount promo code is valid until May 31st, 2026. Dynamics Dynamics20. This discount is applicable on these courses. We got the Introduction to Finance in Dynamics 365, and we got Managed Financial Operations with Dynamics 365 Finance. And look at what you'll learn from this, what you get. Steps to complete the discounted course purchase. Follow me. Open the Microsoft course landing page from the link shared above. Click on Enroll Now button. Select the schedule and number of seats you need. You can book multiple seats for other members in your team right there. Next, click on Add to Cart page. You'll be redirected to Secure Checkout page. Under Order Summary, expand the Add a Promo Code option and type in Dynamics 20. Click on Apply, and your 20% discount will be applied. You can then complete the payment for your purchase by clicking on Proceed to Pay button. With that, we'll go on a short break.
Thank you so much, Ronald. Hello, everyone. I am Ria, and now I would like to take over and go through the badge redemption part. I'm excited to announce that all the participants in today's masterclass have been given a free exclusive access to AB6002 courseware. And the best part is you also get to claim your digital achievement badges on Microsoft Learn to celebrate your fundamental skilling journey. Issued by Microsoft, these badges can help you highlight your newly acquired skills and boost your career potential. Let's take a quick look at the steps that you need to follow. So, on the right hand side, you can see a QR, and if you have your mobile phone handy, you can just scan this and use a mobile phone landing page to redeem your courseware and certificates. And if currently you're on your PC or laptop, this button over here, this is a clickable button. By clicking on this, you can easily redeem your courseware and certificates. So let's quickly see three steps that you need to follow to redeem your courseware and certificates. So step number one is sign in to your Microsoft Learn account using your personal or professional Outlook or Hotmail account. And if you already signed in, you will directly be seeing step 2. So this button over here, this is also a clickable button. You can also use this button to redeem your courseware and certificates. So step number 2 is your unique code will already be pre-filled. You don't need to add anything over there. You just need to click on this redeem button to redeem your code. Step number 3 is you will receive a message indicating that your achievement has been added to your profile, and you just need to click on view profile button, and now you can access your Microsoft official courseware module from the training tab. So we'll quickly show you an example how your redemption page would look like. So to generate or download your certificate, you need to follow three steps. First, you need to click on achievement, then courses, and you can see this printer icon over here. By clicking on this, you can easily generate or download your certificates and then showcase your achievement on your social media or LinkedIn, and don't forget to tag Netcom Learning with that. And if you have any query regarding the badge redemption part, our team is there in chat. You can just type a question and they will help you with that. And with that, I would like to leave you for the break. Thank you so much, everyone.
We are now going to take a 5-minute break, but before we do that, we are going to launch a quick poll that we want to invite you to participate in. Doing so helps us know how we can better serve you by telling us who might be interested in more information or in taking some additional training. In addition, we have a lot more informative webinars coming up, so please go to netcomlearning.com/webinars in order to register.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's cover the remaining session. Automation and dynamics in 365 finance. So now reduce the manual, work with intelligent automation. Too many companies, one of the main things that I've seen and the happiness that I see also is when someone who's been doing something semi-manual or they're utilizing different softwares that are together and trying to make sure this works, that works. There's an update on the software now is incompatible, trying to get a workaround. I remember building scripts to try to have something work with something else. You don't have that. This is all together native and works everything together. So you just get this and then add any of the financial things that you need to add, and you're not worried about, well, will this company go out of business? Will this company be able to support me if I have questions? If the company has questions, do I need to have this tied in? What about the security that the ever changing cybersecurity landscape? Well, you know that they're working 24/7 to make sure that the system is robust and as tough as nails. Automation examples. So you got your invoice processing automation. Automate it. Automate all of it. Everything that you can, you automate. The workflow approvals. So before something goes into production, it can be set and it can have to go through an approval process and nothing that you didn't know and trying to work with. Sometimes in companies, you'll have people that they want to do something and they may not have the authority. They will just start putting something to practice and doing it. And now it's in there. And even the complications that it's causing or the approval because they don't know what the company's getting ready to do or what you have in mind or your team, the board of directors, whatever the case may be. Well, with this, you have workflow approval so that it just can't just throw something in there willy-nilly and just start utilizing it. You have the recurring journal entries to be able to take a look and be able to see what has been put in, gather all that information, and be able to think about things in a quick and relative way, not going and that anxiety of not knowing. Automatic reconciliation. So you have the automation again right inside of there. Payment reminders. All right. Isn't that a part of our everyday life? Should be a part of the businesses. You, it's well, with me, it's shocking that businesses don't have payment reminders. And you have to let them know, call in for payments or invoicing. Your business and you are dependent upon this business to give you payments, and then they're behind or they're not there because they don't have payment reminders, and only a certain person or a certain couple of people are running the finance, and you're just kind of like, what? In this day and age where we're flying crafts around the moon, but companies don't have payment reminders or are not utilizing this. They have to make sure that we are in the right time. Your benefits, faster operations. Faster operations means more capital, more money, much better flow of things. Fewer human errors. We're human, we make errors. What's the number one factor in all cybersecurity? Humans. A phishing attack, right? Can take out a full corporation or a country can be not come to a halt, but a country can suffer a devastating blow because of human error. Increase productivity. And let me go back to the human error because make no mistake about it. I always want you to make sure that it's the human in the loop, making sure that a human oversight is set into there. But don't limit the tool that you have with the artificial intelligence and what Microsoft has built for us to be able to utilize. Standardized processes. you can have that working. If there needs to be cross training, anyone needs to come to work, or the onboarding, bringing in new employees, you understand there's already a set play on how things work. Wash, rinse, repeat, so that you can go and have the job done. There are a lot of businesses that have went away because they had that one person who knew how to do the job and no one else can. And anything that happened to that person, the business shuttered because of that. Business process automation. AI and insights. So turning financial data into intelligence. Financial data, all those information, all those costs and prices and things and the cost of products, the cost of services, all the different things, whether it's paying for training itself that you need to have. This training that your organization will get, how much, what's the return on investment? By having people inside of your organization who have this training, this is what you'll get, and this is how you'll streamline. This is how much time you'll save. This is how you'll aggregate all of these different things. The intelligence of that. AI driven features, predictive cash flow insights. Being able to predict what is going on, what's going to happen, what will be put um, put together with, let's just say, the data that you receive. Thinking about all these different scenarios, but making sure that I don't release any type of proprietary or anything that I have an NDA for. But the predictive cash flow insights would be some of the things that are getting ready to go. Is there are certain companies that are going to be utilizing certain equipment and work and having some other things adjusted. And they wanted to make sure that they had the preparations and the finances to put aside from the day-to-day operations to pay for something. And it was remodeling, setting up a new section. One company was acquiring their own building instead of renting this one building. By doing that and having everything in-house, and also being able to have their operations run much better because it was their own standalone business. Expense pattern analysis, you're looking at that and it's showing you in the graphs in the chart where you are, and you can look at it at any time and break it down and pinpoint that specific time. Anomaly detection, seeing those changes that are there, the changes that you don't see as a human because we miss so many things. But the most specific granular things, the company charged this, then the next month it was a penny more, then the next month, 2 months later, 2 pennies back to the same. All of those changes won't make you have everything down and precise. The intelligent forecasting is that the AI will look at what you're doing and give you suggestions on how you'll be able to maintain or expand, or certain things that you can decrease and that you can save with. There's a few companies, believe it or not, were able to save a certain amount of money with ink. With ink. They were purchasing ink like crazy, going through here, and then, okay, here was a suggestion like HP ink, and it may seem so small, but those things gradually, and the amount of money over 3 years that they were able to save was tremendous. Embedded analytics dashboard. So you have that, you can go right to your screen on your dashboard and see everything. That is how we do business today. We can see what we have, be able to pull, extract, and take care of what we need to take care of. The business advantages, proactive decision making. You are not there sitting back, um, just waiting to think and then just using the guesswork, almost gambling. No. Early risk identification. You can see that this does become a risk, putting this together, looking at. the people who maybe they'll pay you late, or the products are arriving a little bit later than they stated that they would be delivering the product. So I was going through that um, with one of my businesses, someone the land. So that becomes a risk as to how I have to provide for the company. Even teaching and training, making sure that I had the adequate equipment to set up VMs, virtual machines, and to have the robust software, and to make sure that students that was teaching and acquiring that they had everything. So um, all types of different stuff you have to take into consideration. And one of the things, remember that I not only teach this, but I run an active business that does this day-to-day operations. So the better strategic planning is great. And having this large team that I have, now is able to streamline it, make all these different things happen. And it's amazing. I wish I earlier would have adopted, but I'm glad and how things are working and being put together. Reporting and analytics, real-time financial reporting, reporting tools, financial dashboards. You got the Power BI integration, custom reports, the KPI monitoring, regulatory reporting, key benefits, faster access to insights, executive level visibility. Now, a lot of companies have had problems throughout the decades because the executives didn't know what was going on with the operations. And even when they were speaking, board meetings, or in the press, there was that disconnect because the information, the intelligence wasn't tied together. I'm ex-military, so think about that in this platform as the leadership in military. There's this military campaign going on, and the leadership has no clue, or vice versa, to make sure that everything is orchestrated. It works the same way in business. Key benefits, faster access to the insights. So you have that instantaneous information is available to you. That executive level visibility and improve reporting accuracy. How bad is that to report? How many court cases are you looking at on TV because someone was accused of not giving correct data? The data is right there and available. And if they don't give the data, it also is a telltale that, hey, this wasn't there, any court proceedings, any liability, a company, earnings reports, the board of directors, stakeholders, or whatever the case may be. The data speaks for itself. It's set and it's there and it's available and able to be pulled back, pulled out from any time. At this time, at this date, this was available here. So why didn't this occur? Why didn't this occur? And you can tie all of that in together. Compliance and governance best practices. Staying secure and audit ready. Audit ready. This is finance. You're going to be audited. There are internal audits, outside audits. You have whether it's taxes, other governments, other places that you utilize, providing what about nonprofits to um, just everything. So the best practices is role-based access control. Role-based access control. Anyone on here is doing security or know about cybersecurity know the importance of that. The approval of the workflows of who can, what you're doing, and what you can and cannot do. There's already a set standard that's in place. The segregation of duties, separation of duties, so that someone is not doing this and you have one person that controls all of this that can topple your company or that can stymie the business or shut down operations. And the audit trails of what is going on, keeping tabs on that, making sure that you are able to see that. Data retention policies. There are certain regulations and things that are in place. Nothing's worse than the data was destroyed when it was supposed to have been kept for 10 years. There was a business, and now they're just in shambles, bankruptcy, everybody's gone, and that's just the end of it. They don't have all of that and can't trace. Now there's different criminal charges and different things that came into play. Regulatory compliance monitoring. The laws and everything will change swiftly. They're not waiting on you to see if you're ready, but you have this tool that can adapt to it because it is always scouring, doing the scraping, pulling the data, gathering the intelligence to make sure that it's on point to give you actionable intel on what you need to do. Now, why it matters, you got to reduce compliance risk. Those in your organization will love this. And any of you that are in the legal side, or when you go and let them know, well, why is this? And you run this by them, reduce compliance risk. You can just say that as that powerful statement there. Stronger governance, so that you can have that a a full enclosed circle and campus and everything, and the full holistic view of everything in the company. And one of my favorites, better data security. Better data security. Remember, this is Microsoft, who has teams that are working 24/7, looking at all of the different cyber attacks, malware, the different social, everything, and tying that in together. And then any of those things are always continuously being added, continuous improvement. Implementation roadmap. So assessment and business process analysis. Solution architecture and planning. You got your data migration and integration, user adoption and the training. User adoption and training. You don't have all this wild nuances of different things. This is how things are done in your company, in this section, in this department, in this position, and this is how it's done. And you can just go and follow that and have that together. Organization, it's organized. Go live strategy and optimization. You set it, you put it, it's live. Now, okay, we got this, we know this, we received training, we know how this works. How can we improve on this? Let's start here. Plan ahead. Make sure you have all the right tools and a checklist for the trip. Know the road. Set clear expectation around start and end dates and project milestones. We go avoid pitfalls. Minimize risk. You minimize risk by utilizing these tools. Minimize risk, cost, and scope creep. Scope creep. Scope creep. With proven best practices from thousands of employees. Remember, Microsoft is also getting feedback from all the companies who are using this. Your company does this particular job. You're not the only company that's doing this. There's another company who's been using this product forever, and Microsoft has been getting input about how it works, and they have been using that feedback to make their products better. Get there faster. Take advantage of strategies that save time and money. And no surprises. Delight executives and customers by delivering the right results on time and on budget. It has to be precise. There's no joking in this day and age with that. And I've seen too many businesses that have just failed by the waysides. Some have even been friends that are no longer in business because their failure to adopt this. Just because you did something the last decade doesn't mean you do that this decade. Implementation success tips. Keys to successful adoptions. Recommendations. Start with clear business goals. What do you want to do? You got this. You went and got the training. You adopted this, and you're using it. What is it for? What is your use case for getting this? Standardized financial processes. That's one of the key things, especially in this particular webinar. Standardize the financial processes that you're going to use. If you're going to take something specific away from here in that financial aspect in your day-to-day jobs and what you do, the standardization becomes very, very effective and helpful. Train end users effectively. What good is a tool if you don't know how to use it? Use automation strategically. What things can you automate? What things should not? But what things are automated and the time it saves, it builds, and that you can have that standard, that setup, even an SOP if you need. Monitor KPIs continuously. You don't go put this, I got this, okay, let me walk away. No, you continue to monitor, watch this. Landscapes are always changing, business is always changing. Encourage cross-team collaboration. What has really hurt a lot of teams, besides not adopting to modern technology, is those siloed teams that are in organizations that things are going on, and then before you know it, something has happened and it's either shattered the company, stopped operations, some legal matter, some compliance, something disastrous happens. Best practices for successful adoption. Now, start with clear business objectives, focus on user experience and change management. Don't go about just doing things. And if any of you have taken any type of cybersecurity class, one of the first, the last parts of it, when you do changes or IT itself, there needs to be change management. You don't know what you're changing here, how that affects this department. What you're changing here affects this department. It needs to be across. It's a team. It's a team. It's a team effort. The whole company is a team. Whether you're across the world or wherever you are, that satellite needs to be make sure that it isn't seen with that. Um, Focus on start with clear business objectives. Focus on user experience change. Use phase implementation approach. Leverage analytics for continuous improvement. Look at what you're doing and how it's working and what isn't working. You have to keep in mind, I know the optimism is a new shiny toy, but you have to look at what may not work with you and go into there. You may only have, there's been companies where only one person had the training and they can only work with this. Taking a look at all of that. Adopt security and governance best practices. Security, if you don't have the security set in place, doesn't matter. You don't have the lone hacker. You have artificial intelligence malware that is always tracking and looking for any holes so they can go and enter into your business. Any attack vector that they have, it's been made to just look and scour for that. So 7 ways to successfully implement Dynamics 365 into your business. Understand your business needs. Finding the perfect business partner. Creating a full-fledged action plan. Utilization of available tools and technology. Prioritizing communication. Communicate. Having a keen eye on the implementation itself. Ensuring post-implementation assistance. Now, the real business impact, what organizations gain, typical outcomes, faster month-end closing, because you know what you have, what you don't have, and you're able to speak to the clients and customers directly because you have the actionable intelligence. Typical outcomes are, again, faster month-end closing, better budget accuracy, improved operational efficiency, enhanced financial visibility, lower manual effort. Automation, remember? And stronger compliance posture that you can present that. And even when you're trying to acquire new business, you can let them know that you are utilizing this tool, which gives them more at ease. You don't have to spend all that time explaining how you're going to maintain compliance. Now, here's an example of the clear interface of Microsoft Azure. We start now when we click on here, notice that you have certain of the tools that you can pull out and utilize. Just go into those and be able to work with. And this is part of the training that you'll receive from Netcom Learning. You can start with a template, which I always suggest that you do. Create a resource. Build the agents, build the AI agents that you need to help make your job much easier. You can import code, all the different things that you have there. And I wanted to show you a real world one. Now, we mentioned the Power Platform, the Admin Center. If we'll take a look here, environments, all the different things that you have, your tenant settings, data preview, data integration, data export, Power Apps, and from this Power Platform, bringing in the Power Automate into there. Your pages, your Dynamic 365 apps that you have available, the Copilot Studio, and the Dynamic 365 Commerce, which is definitely a valuable part to a lot of you who will be utilizing the e-commerce in the business, and the Dataverse that is mentioned, right? And you have it's in alphabetical order to give you an understanding. If you look over here, you have the descriptions of what you can do with this. And I just absolutely love having that available. You have a search. Let me clear out of here and grass with two A's there. Different things that you can pull from it and look up. So having the search box to go further or bring something up different. So your key takeaways: understand Dynamics 365 capabilities, learn how AI enhances business processes, explore real-world automation use cases, gain implementation and adoption insights, identify opportunities for your digital transformation. Okay? Take a screenshot and make sure. And this will be on demand also to make sure so that you can go and take and consolidate notes of how you can use this in a smooth transition. All right, our next step, continue your learning and get Microsoft certified. So, what are the benefits of certification? They stand out. Certified employees get greater recognitions of skills due to the validation. And we got to look at the world today as far as employment, work, and what we're looking at, and looking at those certifications. Earn more than 20, earn more than 23% of Microsoft certified technologists earn up to 20% more. The bottom line is usually finance and money, right? Why are you doing this? And to maintain that value in your company. What about the raises? You have the skill set, and now when it's time for raises, the value behind that. And even if you are going into the workplace. Advanced, 49% believe cloud certifications increase employability. I wanted to say something but I'll keep this sincerely professional because I've had those in the past that were the cloud. No, no, no. What does everything run on? The cloud. Decades ago, telling people how this has to be set and the expertise and the knowledge and the effort that needs to go into learning and understanding the cloud. Now, look at all the things that are run on the world and all these things that happen, and you're logging into the cloud. What's more financial feasible? You're going, company spends hundreds of thousands of dollars and going and buy a whole bunch of network and digital equipment and servers, or to pay a subscription and to get on the cloud. All the largest companies, governments, the cloud, right? And the certifications. Broadcast your certified skills here. Instant employer verification. So unlock the value of Microsoft Open Badges. On social help you share your skills on a social platform of your choosing and your own personal communication. Discoverable helps people find you and employers who may be interested. Verified, official verification from Microsoft of your accomplishment. Let the data speak. When organizations maintain a culture of certification and continuous learning, the results are both substantial and measurable. Well-trained and certified teams are almost 20% more productive than other staff. Think about it. And anyone that's in a leadership role that's listening to this right now, what does that say? Think about it. You know your own operations and how that works and how this will help you and help your organization itself. So quantify the value of the growth mindset and training. Now, in this ebook, you'll see stats and facts on how certification benefits both employees and organizations, including how training improves timeliness, insight, and business impact. The personal and career benefits of certification, the direct relationship between continuous learning and higher pay. I am telling you, I'm firsthand, I'm a poster child, I guess, for this. How certification improves productivity, efficiency, and job satisfaction. Nothing's better than knowing that you've been trained. You get to work on the job on what you were trained on and go. It is not theory. This is the certification for that specific job title and the job duty that you have. The win-win of certification, how employees and business thrive through continuous learning. Grow your business and career with official Microsoft role-based instructor-led classroom training. And it's amazing. It's an amazing experience. Now, get this. Here are the key insights, right? You got a highly interactive discussions on your specific real world use cases. This is not something and just reading off a book no, these are real world use cases. The business context with Microsoft certified trainers who come with technical subject matter expertise. I've been at places where pick this person here to go and maybe they just got this and hey, go train. They're not never did the business anywhere or how this works or how you are going to use this. Having that experience behind it and how this works. How does this work in these use cases? How does this go? You can read or someone can tell you this or the death by PowerPoint or all that, but no, you actually have this information from experts and how to really use it, the benefits specifically for you. Get 180-day access to extensive virtual labs. You need that, the hands-on? Yes. For practicing and mastering your Microsoft fundamental skills. Get 90-day access to the recordings of your instructor-led classes to go back over it. Sometimes you're going and it's there and it's like, oh my gosh, especially if this is something really new to you. And now you get the chance to go and refine it, get back into it, you immerse yourself. This is your job. This is your career. This is what you have to utilize. Full access to Netcom 365 Learning Portal. Yes. Guess what? Opportunities of free repeats. Yes. Experience 24/7 priority support. Now, some facts about Microsoft certification renewals that you may not know. Benefits of renewing your certification. Maintain your Microsoft certification with a continuous learning mindset and keep your skills current at no cost. At no cost. Validate your skills with the latest technology updates that affect the job role. Renew your certification without having to pay for and pass any exam or exams. Yes. Certification renewal requirements. If you hold a valid Microsoft role-based or specialty certification that expires within approximately 6 months, you may renew it. You'll receive an email from Microsoft certification team 6 months prior to your certification expiration date. Once your certification is eligible for renewal. To renew your certification, pass the associated assessment on Microsoft Learn before your certification expires. Yes, you heard that right. Passing the renewal assessment of Microsoft Learn is the only way to renew your certification. You cannot renew your certification by passing an exam, even if it's a new or updated version of the exam you initially passed to earn the certification. Let's get trained and get certified. Now, let's take some questions.
Thank you, Ronald. That was very informative. I know everyone is looking forward to the Q&A session, so go ahead and start putting your questions into the questions panel. And while you do that, I would like to give the presentation rights over to Sagnik, our vendor manager, to introduce you to our promotions and webinar-related courses.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Hello, everyone. I hope you can see my screen and hear my voice. Wonderful. So, once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us for this insightful session with Microsoft. I'd like to take this moment to quickly take everyone through the event handout that we have prepared for all of our participants today. It is available on your GoToWebinar portal in the handout section. A copy of this will also be emailed out to you post this session. So please check your emails for the recording link and the handout. Um, we wanted to really discuss about the overall value chain that Surger AI readiness ecosystem creates for our customers. Here at Netcom Learning, we are the instructor-led training arm of the Surger ecosystem. We also are supported by multiple sister brands that create unique values for customers like yourselves. No matter where you are in your overall AI journey, we have a solution that fits right into that ecosystem. So we have Adoptify AI, which is very closely aligned to Microsoft in terms of adoption services. So whether you are planning to deploy Copilot and not sure if you have the right licenses, how do you procure the licenses, how do you deploy and set it up within your tenants, and how do you most importantly scale the adoption, right, in terms of tracking the ROI as well. This is where Adoptify AI comes into the picture, really guides you through the entire journey of AI transformation, right from licensing and procurement, deployment to ROI tracking. Then we have AI certs as part of the overall ecosystem. That's where we get the Microsoft aligned role based AI certifications. The key highlight here being role based. So, no matter what your role is, if you are looking for a certification within the Microsoft ecosystem that is razor sharp and focused on your specific use cases or for your particular role, AI certs is the go-to solution for that. There are multiple certifications on AI readiness, AI enablement available within the AI certs catalog, which are most importantly Microsoft aligned and fill the specific gap for you. Then there is the N Plus platform, which is our digital e-learning platform. It allows you to understand AI across the board. It covers the entire portfolio of Microsoft and the entire portfolio of AI certs, truly an AI, the ultimate AI skilling bundle, in a way wrapped into a single user-friendly mobile-first application that you can access on the go. It's completely on demand. So no matter at what time you get available from your busy schedules, and whatever your learning modality of choice is, right? Whether you are into podcasts, you want to hear a podcast in terms of when you're trying to utilize the time during your commute to work, coming back from work, you're working out, maybe you would like to learn something and build your AI skills by listening to a podcast. If you are a reader, ebooks are also available. So every single course within the N Plus application supports the ebook feature. So every material is available in that modality as well. If you are an audiovisual learner, videos are available as well for hands-on guided instruction based learning with powered by an AI tutor, all within the value of your one subscription charged annually. So it has an extensive on-demand library, it has AI tutor support, it has personalized journeys for you depending on your specific skilling goals. The content is tailored and mapped according to that. And the best part, it is accessible anytime, anywhere. No matter on which platform you are, you'd be able to continue your learning. We have already discussed about Adoptify AI. There's an entire series of capabilities that we have as part of this particular brand. we highly recommend if you are just starting out, not sure how to develop your AI strategy or deploy AI within your organization or make the best uh, outcome and value out of your AI investments. Adoptify AI is the way to go. With that, we wanted to quickly dig a little deeper into Netcom Learning. We have been around for over 27 years, having served over 1 million professionals across 40,000 plus unique enterprises. We have serviced every single industry vertical out there, from financial services, healthcare, federal, state, and local government, to education, energy, manufacturing, RCG, telecommunications, and transportation. And we are, of course, an official Microsoft training services partner, holding authorized training partner status with every single vendor out there, as you can see on the screen. With that, with respect to Microsoft, we have been recognized by Microsoft as a leading training services partner over 3 times in the last 4 years itself. That shows our commitment to quality and value as we work side by side with Microsoft in supporting our customers like you. With respect to our purpose, it is to promote the values of lifelong learning. That's why we all are here today. We have been around for a while. We have a portfolio of 3,300 certified trainers who are readily available, who can customize the content when it comes to your specific requirements. Microsoft curriculum is customizable, and it can be delivered privately for your specific requirements in a private group setting for your organization as well. So please feel free to connect with our learning consultants and get that service availed in case that is something you require. Also, in this handout, you'd find the link to access today's session recording. It is mapped on this particular page of your handout. All the participants today have also got an exclusive Microsoft Digital Achievement badges and courseware. You can redeem those from here. You can also get access to your Netcom 365 portal from here. This is our central learning hub for everything Netcom Learning has to offer. So you can check that out. With that, we would like to also inform everyone about the Quick Start program. This is specifically designed for your enterprise teams. So if you have a team of, no matter the size of your team, right, whether it's 2, 3 learners, or you are talking about entire divisions with ranging in hundreds and thousands of learners, the Quick Start program is a wonderful way to create the most value out of your investments, wherein you get flat enterprise discounted pricing on Microsoft courses applicable across the portfolio of Microsoft. So no matter which solution area you're planning to get trained on, your team can take advantage of these exclusive enterprise pricing. So we highly recommend you check that out. Here is an ebook that we highly recommend everyone to take advantage of. It creates it showcases a lot of data around the value of certifications for both enterprises as well as individuals. And if you have a team and you're looking to have a quick uh, demo of how, what to expect from a full day engagement or multiple day training engagement with Netcom Learning, similar to this webinar but in a more exclusive session and setup, the private group training demo is the right solution for you. So feel free to get in touch with us, and our consultants are going to brief you about the same. And last but not the least, we also have Learning Passports, which is the ultimate team training package for your organization. It gives you unlimited access to every single course and training that is available within the Netcom Learning portfolio. That's over 4,000 official courses across every single vendor in our portfolio, available for 12 months. So it's one-time investment that you do. You park your training funds, and depending on how much you invest, you park your funds value here, and Netcom Learning invests with you in your training journey. So we we increase your training fund value by even up to 100% depending on your investment, so you can even train and learn much more and get the most value out of your investments. With that, here are some of the recommended courses that we have handpicked in alignment to today's topic of discussion. We highly recommend you go through this. Along with here, you can find some of our upcoming events and blogs listed. So once again, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us. And with that, we'll proceed with the next part. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for guiding us through that information, Sagnik. And now we're going to go ahead and jump right into our question and answer session. How does Dynamics 365 integrate with existing ERP or CRM systems already used in an organization?
All right. Let me put this in here. Let me bring up my Microsoft Azure, which I'll be showing. All right. So integrating into the existing ERP and CRM, it's always good to look at the system itself. So Microsoft 365 designed to integrate in both the Microsoft, and one of the great things about it is Microsoft. So all of those other types of applications, pretty much, when software is built, it's built normally for Microsoft first. We'll be able to, so it helps you to integrate with non-Microsoft APIs in software, the organizations that it connects to. So the existing ERPs, such as you take it here, SAP ERP, Oracle ERP, cloud, and legacy on-premise finance systems will integrate. The CRM platforms such as, drum roll, please. Salesforce, yes, integrates with this. How many people, how many platforms, how many businesses utilize Salesforce? The productivity tools, remember, it's Microsoft Teams, so something that's native to it and working across the board, the Outlook and the Excel. So when you make some changes or any information in there, it'll go across the board for you. And the data platforms like Power BI and data warehouses. You got the APIs, the web services, the REST APIs, OData endpoints, and the SOAP services that you are able to take into account. And what I'm basically saying is you have synchronization across all the board with Microsoft and any of those things that you connect to it that you'll be able to do. You got Dataverse acts as a centralized business data layer. The Power Platform connectors is going to be your friend. That'll be your friend. Hundreds of pre-built connectors via the Microsoft Power Automate. Make sure you put that into your notes. Useful, and it's low code, so not having that complexity that's built into there. The middleware, the Azure Logic apps, MuleSoft, Dell Boomi, so many different things. And then you have the event-driven architecture. You got the messaging through Azure Service Bus, the event grid that you are able to use. It's just an amazing thing. But also, as I said, keep in mind the legacy ERP for core financial and manufacturing. You have all of that built into it. All right. Next question.
How is Microsoft Copilot improving productivity inside Dynamics 365 applications?
The applications, well, the productivity and some of the key things, one of the main things that it's been able to help improve was sales for company, and putting that in, because then the your sales division knew exactly what they had and what they could utilize. You got the AI generated opportunity summaries, so definitely put that into your notes, and anyone that's working in sales, but just everyone that's listening to this, remembering that you can have the opportunities automated and brought to you by the AI that's built inside of the tool itself. Meeting preparation briefs, so you're not going looking for all the data and trying to pull this and that, or for instance, hypothetically, John Doe is running late. You got this, and Jane Doe has this operations or this. You can go and instantly have that information. Automated follow-up emails? What if you come to the meetings late? What if you get the information? You can automatically be agile in order to gather all the information. And the risk identification for deals. You got all deals are not great deals, and there are risks associated with every deal. Even the biggest companies, there is risk being able to meet the demand. Sometimes there are companies that have went under because they had too much business and having that. You got case summarization, suggested chat and email resources, and of course, the favorite. You have the AI there to be able to retrieve information that you need and also give you some insights or a way to look at things from a different perspective. Faster onboarding of the agents that you have and collection summaries. Remember, everything that you have, you can go and look at and get those forecasts of the insights so that you can go and you have the ability to see for the most part what's going to happen based on the data that you have on hand and that the data is in real time and that cross application productivity that you are able to use between all the different applications that you're using. And remember that this is Microsoft, so the SharePoint is an integrated part, and you have that right with the teams. The hours that you save with this, the time, the automated practices. You can drive contextual emails. Um, the CRM in itself, with, for instance, one automotive company that I helped to get integrated and get used to this became now a seamless process with their CRM and all that they had and had it organized and the leads that they were able to lend and go through certain cars, certain vehicles, and different things and so forth that they were able to tie in because of having this tool available. And, of course, the real time AI during data sales calls, you got that information available right then while you're making the sales call and not guessing, but you have right there. There have been well, in that instance, someone wanted a vehicle for the kid, but then they had another big purchase vehicle, and to be able to make sure that you had everything accessible. But I think one of the vehicles they had to get from some other place, but to show that they had the availability because of the connector and how it's tied into the system, just to give you like a real world use case. Business process is already standardized with this. So just one of the great things about having that is that it's all in one place. Next question.
Which Dynamics 365 modules should a company implement first? Sales, finance, or customer service?
Well, sales brings in your money. So making sure that the sales work because customer service and what you're putting there, if you don't have that sales solidified and how that's what is drawing in your money. The revenue growth is your top priority when you have that. The CRM visibility is poor. As I was stating, what you can and cannot do, what you can build. Well, the customer service isn't going to help that. Obviously, we need to have good and robust customer service and tie in the artificial intelligence and every tool into it. But the whole overall thing is you have to sell your product or your service or whatever that you're providing, and it's all about the sales forecasting, being inaccurate and what you're going to provide and do. Sometimes I've had classes where the classes were this big and I can turn this off like, okay, no more students because this has met the number. And just it's so many things that tie into there. I don't want to take up all of our time, but yeah, making sure that your sales are tied in so you can get that sales forecasting. What's your pipeline? What if your pipeline is fragmented on what you're getting and not able to go through and you can't get a real data because you don't understand. Think about the seasons that are there. If you're some type of retail or specific services that tie into different things, ski seasons, the company that needed to make sure they had this because um, the snow wasn't available during this one ski resort or this other place that has vacationing that would be available, but taking into consideration the higher costs of air travel and being able to apply some type of incentive for coming here. Your air travel was higher, but we'll give you this and that, and the balance, and to have that knowledge all together. That changes everything and the flow of money that comes in. Faster ROI, you got, look at your lower implementation complexity, and of course, higher visibility. Now, you have your finance. If your finance controls are weak, you better make sure that you're utilizing this to fix everything that's together. You can have all the sales in the world and the money coming in, but your finances are all out of whack and where you don't know where money is going or just anything like that, having that set into there. But first things first, it's all about making the money. And then how do you maintain and manage the money? The ERP modernization is urgent. Compliance reporting issues next. I mean, exists. So um, you need something to be able to look at anything that you could have missed to have your back, to be that co-pilot to use to have that to meet compliance. You're making money, but you broke the rules some type of way, and now you're paying out the money and the profits that you did have, or you lose some type of sponsorship. You have all of that works together. Now your customer satisfaction is declining. Obviously, you would add this to it and take a look at it and refine it. Support teams use disconnected tools. This right here puts all the teams together so that you can understand a customer has a complaint, and then another customer has an issue, and another, and then you can aggregate and look at, okay, this is a problem, and we're getting a lot of this. How do we fix this before it spirals? And then the company is just known for this problem. And now you're getting these terrible customer reviews. So making sure you have that in place. Um, just a whole bunch of things as I look. And like I said, for the sake of time, thinking of how I've implemented it and helped other businesses with it. But let's go to the next question, please.
How secure is business data in Dynamics 365, especially when using AI-powered features?
Oh my gosh, AI, that was one of the things, and that was one of my super concerns as AI became integrated into business practices. But you are in good hands. You got encryption at rest, but one of the main things I want you, and especially those who are going into cybersecurity or understanding this. Encryption at rest has been for decades, it's been the thing, encrypting. But the problem was the attackers were looking for the data in transit. So everything is secure, but then when it's moving out, it wasn't encrypted. With this service, data is encrypted in transit. Yes, data encryption in transit. RBAC, the role-based access controls, obviously your DLP. So the insider threats, right? When we think of security, a lot of times we think about, and we are in finance, but we think about the outside threats that come in, and everyone's trying to get into our company, trying to take this or that. But what about those insider threats? Well, this security comes with DLP, data loss prevention, to also be able to monitor and restrict and keep an eye on what is going out. There are people who will come work at a company just to steal the money that goes out and or whatever, or process that, but you can see all of the data and then the finances that is there. We've watched comedies, movies, and different things, and how they just on the granular trickle different funds of money over time and just stole large sums of money because of not having something like this in place. This has actually stopped a lot of that around the world. The audit, you got audit logging, customer managed encryption keys. we have the tenant isolations that are there. So the things you can use, you got Microsoft Defender. Now, I'm not talking about the Microsoft Defender, which is good that you get when you purchase your device. But if any of you have listened to me throughout the years and decades, you know that I talk about enterprise. You have personalized protection, and then you have enterprise protection, which is a totally different thing. That is corporate, that is the highest echelon. You got Microsoft Purview. Now, put in your notes on finance that Microsoft Purview is what you'll want to utilize for your data loss prevention, and watching is something that's strong to keep an eye on what's going out. And of course, the main body, Microsoft Entra ID governance, having that set and what you can do, the best practices, and tied into that. Microsoft Entra, that is ENTRA. All right. Echo November Tango Romeo Alpha. And Copilot typically it'll knock out and watch everything, but it's not grabbing any of this or letting any of your proprietary data go out. And with the data that it already has from your company, it can still give you some very essential ideas and help with the refinements, but your data is not being used to train models or anything like that. And you have those permissions that need to be adhered to for it to be successful. And the compliance. So you got the ISO 27001, SOC 1 and 2, GDPR, you know how that is, HIPAA, FedRAMP, and it's NIST aligned controls. And you know that NIST sets the standards and the baseline. So you have that built into there. The retention policies are come with it, data residency controls, and then the sensitivity levels. So basically, all the data that you have, you can label the data and then get that information. Whoever can access it, the data is labeled, and only people with those permissions will be able to access the data. All right. Do we have any more questions?
What are the key success factors for a successful Dynamics 365 implementation and user adoption?
Okay, let's take a look. I'll think as if I'm a new person, right? Some of the critical executive sponsorship. So you got the visible support that drives, the funding. Basically, um, all these departments, all the nuances, all the different things that are happening with a company can be seen by the leadership, the executive leadership, and they can make decisions based on the everyday operations and anything that's occurred, plus have the ability to have the forecast and something that can tell it what to look out for and what to look for enhancement. Um, Sales conversion improvement. Let's see, faster close cycles, of course, the financial importance, but executives, make sure that you know that by having this, you have better change control. So someone decides in this department to make this change is not, you're not blindsided. You'll get to see that, and that change is made, and you can see everything all together and the changes that were made, and there are reports that get generated. Also, there has to be approval, so you can set that in place so that you can control what someone can and cannot do. Um, Phase implementation that you'll have. Centric, the simplicity. Now, one of the things I was teaching someone who does federal grants or federal business and everything. Mobility, the mobility. Remember, you can use this on mobile devices. So this works across the stream. And where do we conduct a lot of our business? Right on mobile devices. Role specific and the continuous training. You got the workshops, pilots, the support of the training that you'll get from Netcoms here, got back to question that you get from Netcom and the continuous use in that set. And plus, one of the great things that you have when you have this platform is you can ask the system directly. You can go there and ask direct questions and get answers right from there. Business reasoning. It's an amazing thing. It influences the peers in the workplace itself, and everything works together. Everything can be seen, and the management solution that it provides becomes just, a stark reminder of how bad things were being done in the past. So you basically being able to see and run and have everything, have a standardized set, and it doesn't matter what position someone's in the company, everyone can be able to work together, and the stakeholders and the executive leadership can see everything that's going on without interfering with the workload. So we've had that too, where we got a meeting, tell me what you're doing. No, you don't have that. You have an automated practice to be an automated tool to be able to utilize that. And again, making sure you still have the human in the loop. All right, I want to thank you for joining this webinar, and make sure that you're utilizing this in your the finance for your company. This is the essential thing. This is almost like when the calculator was invented. That how that changed things. This is that new industrial revolution of where you should be and what you should be using. Thank you so much. Thank you, and it's an honor to be able to speak to each and every one of you.
Once again, I want to remind you that as you leave the session today, you will be presented with a short survey. We would like to request for you to help us by taking a quick moment to participate in that survey. Your feedback really helps us understand your learning experience, as we are constantly looking at how we can improve our future sessions. The survey answers are measured on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 representing outstanding and 1 representing poor. We want to thank all of you for joining us today, and if you do come up with any additional questions, feel free to send them to webinar@netcomlearning.com at any time. We hope that you found today's webinar informative, and we look forward to seeing you back here with us soon. Feel free to tell your friends and colleagues about our webinars and other courses. Have a great day, everyone.